In this session, we'll create a drawing of the Geneva cam mechanism as shown here. After starting AutoCAD, we'll select the Use a Template option and then select the template file ACAD A title that we created in the previous session. We'll now select the Layers icon and then set the construction layer as the current layer. Our first step will be to draw construction lines, so we'll click on the construction line icon now. We'll now key in the coordinates 5, 4.5 to define the first point on the construction line. Then we'll move the crosshairs directly above this point in order to draw a vertical line. Now we'll reposition the crosshairs as shown here in order to draw a horizontal line. We'll draw one more construction line that is at a 30-degree angle by keying in at 2, then the less than sign, followed by the angle 30. And now we'll right-click to end the construction line command. We'll now draw the first of 5 circles by selecting the circle icon and then identifying the intersection of the construction lines as the center of the circle, and finally keying in 0.75 as the radius of the circle. Now we'll repeat the process to draw the other 4 circles shown here. We'll now move to the status bar area and make sure that the grid, object snap tracking, and line weight are all turned on. Prior to drawing any lines or circles that actually represent the Geneva cam, we'll click on the Layer control box and set Object Lines as the current layer. Now we'll click on the circle icon and then draw a circle that lies on top of the 4-inch radius. We'll repeat the circle command to now draw the circle shown here that has a radius of 1.5. And then draw one more circle as shown here that has a radius of 0.25. We'll now use the offset command with a distance of 0.25 and then select the inclined construction line shown here. We'll locate and then left-click the mouse below the selected construction line and then click the right mouse button to stop the process. Now we'll use the Zoom Window option to zoom in on the area shown here. The next step is to select the line icon and draw a line between the 2 intersection points shown here. We'll now use the Trim and Erase commands to remove portions of the circles as shown here. The next step is to use the Mirror command and then select the objects that we have created on the Object Line layer. After right-clicking the mouse to accept the selected objects, we'll left-click on 2 intersection points of the horizontal line. We'll now right-click the mouse and select the Enter option to accept the default answer of not deleting the source objects. Our next step is to select the Array command in order to make copies of our existing objects using the Polar option. We'll now use the selection window to select the objects. And now, after right-clicking to accept the selected objects, the pop-up window shown here is displayed. We'll make sure that the center point is defined to be x equals 5, y equals 4.5, and the total number of items is set to 6. Now we'll click on the OK button to create the other copies of our array. The last step in completing the drawing is to add a keyway and then place the dimensions on the part as shown here.